Guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with another multiplayer strategy video to tide you over during this summer disruption of our regular Q&A schedule. So the basis for this video was a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit. Someone asked about how to handle a Batman Ninja team, and they name-checked Flashpoint, saying their team could handle Flashpoint but had trouble against Batman Ninja Batman teams. And Devlin16, one of the mods on that Injustice Mobile subreddit, mentioned, the reality is you gear a team to face one of the three. Most opponents' teams, all opponents' teams, or a specific opponent team. And my response to that was, that's a pretty good breakdown. Alternatively, a different breakdown would be 1, high damage output, 2, based primarily on specials, with 3, either damage over time or gear shatterer to handle low or no damage tanks, and 4, someone to eat or prevent specials and supers. In exactly that order of priority, you don't always need all 4, and you will need to use what you have wisely. So this is the non-mainstream, non-conventional advice where normally to that question, you would see people saying, give them 2 LexCorp gears to reverse Batman Ninja Catwoman's power drain when her passive is activated, which is fine if that's what you want to do, using up 2 of your 9 gear slots just to counter one specific character. But we're not big fans of, that particular gear loadout for most other fights. So in the good old days, when we had a video series called The Studying Gears, we talked about how you could make anybody a tank. And that's mostly true, but gear shattering, unblockable attacks, and damage over time basically make that a less effective strategy if you're taking someone who is only a support character, right? If they're doing nothing else, they have nothing else to contribute. We used to make them a tank. So today's video is about doing the same thing instead of a tank, but for damage over time. Getting effective damage over time out of someone who may not have any built-in damage over time. And the team you're looking at is this week's Red Sun Green Lantern team. So the main feature of this team is the no stun, no crit hits defensive passive ability of Red Sun Green Lantern. And all Red Sun teammates benefit, which is the reason why we have Red Sun Wonder Woman, because she is protected and adds a good amount of power generation. And again, in a slight departure from the conventional, instead of a third Red Sun character, we've got New 52 Wonder Woman. And the benefit of using her over any other Red Sun teammate is the ability to generate a lot of power, a lot faster. But because she lacks the benefit of the Red Sun Green Lantern defensive passive, you have to be a bit more careful with her and make sure she doesn't take any damage. So if you compare her to the other Red Sun alternatives, you can see why she works so well. All the Red Sun alternatives would boost power generation because of Red Sun Wonder Woman's passive, which is Red Sun Power. Wonder Woman and her team gain 15% power generation for each Red Sun character on her team. So it benefits all the team members, but it gets stronger for more Red Sun characters. If you had Superman Red Sun Strength, Superman and his team gain a 25% damage boost to basic attacks for each Red Sun character on the team, which means you have 45% total if you used him instead of New 52 Wonder Woman. But, in a world of specials, where specials are king, 45% basic damage boost just isn't enough. If you had somebody with a crit chance boost, on the other hand, I would be much more tempted. Then you look at Deathstroke, Red Sun Speed. All characters on Deathstroke's team gain plus 5% speed per Red Sun character on the team. And with the exception of the Flashes, where you try to do the infinite juggle combo, where we have a lot of experience with speed boosts, I think getting speed boosts are great for the AI, but not so good for us. It throws off our timing a bit for stuff that we're going to do. And let's see, Solomon Grundy, Red Sun Toughness. Solomon Grundy and his teammates gain a 15% increase to their max health for every Red Sun character on the team. So that would be a 45% health boost if you swapped him instead of New 52 Wonder Woman. And the health boost is substantial, it's no lie. But he's otherwise dead weight, Solomon Grundy is. Batman, Red Sun Cunning. All Red Sun teammates gain chance for unblockable and special 1 attacks. So it's somewhere north of 50%, but definitely less than 100%. What New 52 Wonder Woman does as an alternative to any of those Red Sun characters is that she unlocks Red Sun Green Lantern's gear loadout. So he's got Ibis Stick to give damage over time, which does 10% of the enemy's health as damage. Quake Engine to potentially boost special damage and damage over time and make damage over time restart. And Enchantress Companion Gear to temporarily disable specials for the opponent, but more importantly, it multiplies the damage over time effect. So if you start a second special, and I apologize, some people already know this. This is a video meant for really anybody who's playing Injustice to explain what's going on so you're not feeling left out. If you start a second special as the Enchantress Skulls from the previous special are raining down, you can get the damage over time effect for every skull as it comes in. And then you still get the same effect for the special at the end of it. So just to break it down, because this may not be intuitively obvious. If we've got Red Sun Green Lantern tagging in 2 bars of power. First, 10% damage over time for the first special one from Ibis Stick. Then you get another 30% damage over time of the opponent's health for 10% for each of the 3 skulls coming in on the second special that also triggers the Ibis Stick's bleed. And then you still get what you should have gotten, which is 10% damage over time at the end of the second special one, where the burning should be happening from the Ibis Stick. So that's 50% total. Because we've got Quake Engine, so that 50% of the opponent's health that's going to come off them from damage over time from the Ibis Stick, it might be boosted another 50% by Quake Engine to bring it up to 75% if the opponent has less than a bar of power. 75%. And that damage over time will repeat on the next opponent from Quake Engine if you can knock out the current opponent quickly, so that the damage over time doesn't re-trigger on the current opponent from Quake Engine. And after playing with this loadout a bit more, I've discovered that the key to getting the timing right is to block after your special one, even if your special one lands on the opponent unblocked. If it hits them, block, it knocks the opponent down, and you get a bit of separation from them. In the time that it takes for the opponent to get up and run towards you before they can even attack, that's almost perfect timing to launch a second special one while the skulls are flying in. So I'm going to show you some examples of where it works exactly like that. Red Sun Green Lantern has 2 bars of power and absolutely destroys the opponents with damage over time. So here's a quick review of everybody's gear loadout. Okay. So Tantu Totem Masters, Death Cart, Claw of Horus on Wonder Woman, New 52, Necron Scythe, Astro Harness, and Mutated Bone Spikes on Red Sun Wonder Woman. So fight number 1 against Batman Ninja Batman, the prototypical low damage tank. Right, do a special 2. So you can see how little damage, considering it was a full special 2 that Batman Ninja took. So it might just be his passive reducing damage to half because he's outnumbered, but I suspect that it might partially be gears too. So we have the option of using Claw of Horus later, but need to tag Wonder Woman out because she is out of power. So instead, and block, and there we go. So you can see how quickly he bleeds out after Red Sun Green Lantern applies a few damage over time effects. And you can see how quickly Rebirth Raven is bleeding out, or not bleeding out, but burning out when she tags in because of the Quake Engine, re-triggering the damage over time. Easy. So fight number 2, you see, Flashpoint team. Yeah, and Wonder Woman Special 2 handles Deathstroke easily. We'll try again, but watch. You see how little damage Flashpoint Batman takes, right? So he's got that much still left. It's almost certain that there's going to be Batman Ninja Helmet reducing damage, enhanced by Batman having 2 bars of power. But we didn't know that until we blew both bars of Wonder Woman's power. So even if we wanted to use Claw of Horus to shatter Batman's gears, we need to tag her out first to get some power back. So now Red Sun Green Lantern comes in. Enchantress Companion Gear not only disables Batman from using his power against us, we use his skulls to apply some extra damage over time burn effects from Ibis Stick. So we had to knock out Batman quickly before the damage over time runs out so that when Quake Engine retriggers, that fresh damage over time continues on Flashpoint Aquaman, who quickly leaks out all of his health. And here's another example. So Reverse Flash is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. So New 52 Wonder Woman, we're not going to start off with a special 2 because Reverse Flash's passive is pretty much triggered 100% the first time, and he gets all his health back. So better a quick couple of special 1s to shatter gears and remove at least one of 3 of Reverse Flash's passive protections, the cellular regeneration. So we bring in Red Sun Wonder Woman first so we can save Red Sun Green Lantern's power until he has 2 bars. All right, so right here, you'll notice from the animation that New 52 Wonder Woman probably stripped Amikami Catwoman of all her gears, but sometimes it's hard to tell between 2 gears or 3 gears shattering. So it's why we try to do a few more special 1s while Catwoman's Astro Harness keeps her invulnerable to make sure the Astro Harness is gone. But unfortunately that fails us here when Amikami Catwoman gets a special 2 that, totally knocks her out. And that's okay because she is ready for Red Sun Green Lantern to come in and be our damage over time guy. Alright, so because Red Sun Green Lantern knocks a Catwoman with Enchantress Skulls, which technically don't count as a special, Reverse Flash's passive doesn't trigger the glitch that would have given him back max health. Not a big deal because we would have won the fight, but every little bit of time helps if you're grinding, and he just totally leaks out his health completely from that re-triggered Quake Engine. And that is the Injustice Mobile multiplayer strategy for this week. This is where we like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon, and that would be Alexis M supporting us on the Your Message Here tier, Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, and Hoshi127 supporting us on the credited level. And the other names that you see on your screen are people who have been generous and kind enough to have donated and supported us during this pandemic. And thank you for watching our videos. We'll see you next time. Komoda.